This is the first time that we've looked at 16th notes. We've looked at 8th notes already. 8th notes have a single flag on them, and the 16th note has two flags. The 16th note, there are 4 16th notes in every quarter note. The quarter note is the usual unit of the beat. So here is what the count sounds like when you run into these 16th notes. 1 E and A. 1 E and A. And if you had a whole bunch of them, such as J.S. Bach was very fond of measures absolutely chock full of 16th notes, you would count them off: 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. You're also going to run into 16th note patterns where one or more of the 16th notes has been left out. And this is an example that actually comes from one of the examples, 1, 5, 6, or 7. I think it's 1, 6. You simply knock off the 16th note count that has been eliminated from this group. Here it was 1 E and A. Here it's 1 E and. I'll give you 4 counts with this rhythmic figure here. 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and that's again derived from 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and, 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and. Okay, let's go down to this one. We're knocking off this 16th note from the group of 4 16th notes, so we don't say E. Last time we didn't say Ah, so we're going to say 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a. If there was no final 16th note, it would be our familiar 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 8th notes. Okay, let's look at this figure. A figure is a very small group of notes, such as you would find on a single beat. Okay, now we've eliminated 2 of the 16th notes, these 2. So we only say the first and the last. Now it's easiest to learn how to count this by saying the full 16th note count first, and then just plugging this in right afterwards. So we say 1 E and a 1, 1 E and a 1, and to speed it up a little bit, 1 E and a 1, 1 E and a 1, 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. You don't want to say it slowly as if this note was an 8th note. 1 and 2 and 3. It's a little clippier than that. Okay, now here's probably the most complicated one, but the rhythm is actually already familiar. When we had a single 8th note, a quarter note, and a single 8th note as a way of dividing up a half note, we got the same feeling that we're now getting on a single beat instead of across 2 beats. So we have eliminated the third 16th note from the group. So we're going to say 1 E, a 2, 1 E, a 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E, a 2, 1 E, a 2. Let's look at time signatures. 4/4 is what you're used to playing in. This is 3/4, which I mentioned briefly before, and 2/4, which is brand new. Now, let's talk about these numbers on top. 4 beats per measure, 3 beats per measure, 2 beats per measure. The sound of 4 beats per measure is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The sound of 3 beats per measure is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The feeling in 3 beats per measure is almost as if there was 1 beat per measure divided into 3 parts. You don't linger on each beat enough to really give it a distinct identity You just say the whole measure as if it was one beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2/4 was a popular time signature back in Mozart's time and Beethoven's time. It's more or less, it's very rare to find it in modern music. Instead, we use cut time, which is 2 half notes per measure. Here we're going to have 2 quarter notes per measure. What's the difference between 2/4 and 2/2? Effectively, no difference. You have 2 beats per measure. The unit of the beat is the quarter note. It doesn't really matter what the unit of the beat is, except as far as how cluttered the measure gets with 16th notes and so forth. In a time signature like 2/4, you're going to have a lot of 16th notes, because you're going to be subdividing the beat into 4 parts, and then you get this. If you subdivide a half note into 4 parts, you get eighth notes, which is much easier to read, which is why cut time, 2/2, is more popular now. Anyway, the feeling of 2 beats per measure is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like a march. And I think, as I look at this now, we've covered all the new notation, and we can go on to playing examples 1, 5, 1, 6, and 1, 7.